I literally sold out my shoe in 5 hours. Literally, some shoes were sold out in like 30 minutes. Some of the shoes were sold out, but all of them sold out collectively in 5 hours.
Let's get back to Nike though. I gotta ask some questions because I'm such a huge sneaker fan. You said that you're wearing the new kicks coming up this season.
Yeah, because I'm here to talk about Caitlin Clark and Nike. You probably have seen the footage of her showing up in Oregon at Nike World headquarters.
How does one WNBA player end up dominating NBA courts in Nike shoes, while another's signature line slowly slips out of the spotlight? That's the question people started asking once they noticed the alarming contrast between Angel Reese's Reebok and Caitlin's Nike. Both players are in the same league, in the same era, with similar visibility, yet their brand paths look nothing alike. Instead of growth, there's a gigantic difference we can't afford to ignore, and we're going to show you what that difference means in today's video. Drop a shock emoji below if this contrast also came as a surprise to you.
Grateful, she said.
Nice looking shoes there.
I thought they were really cool looking shoes too.
Very
I like
sporty.
the color.
Yeah.
So watch out, Jordan. I mean, his shoes are still selling and he ain't played forever.
Siapapun yang menemukan benda pantulan mie, kalian semua memakannya karena pantulan, pantulan mie, pantulan, pantulan terus, pantulan, pantulan, apapun yang keluar dari papan itu milikku.
Despite the massive sellout at launching, the Angels Reebok still had a flat line. This harsh reality didn't begin with an announcement. It started online. Sneaker Twitter, Reddit threads, and WNBA fans began comparing notes the way fans always do. People noticed Angel Reese's Reebok signature shoe pop up on discount pages after the initial launch buzz cooled. Fewer reposts, fewer campaign visuals circulating, less visible push compared to the rollout phase. No press release saying anything changed, just a noticeable drop in the noise. At the same time, Caitlin Clark's Nike Kobe player exclusives kept showing up everywhere. NBA game footage, tunnel fits, shoe tracking accounts logging serious minutes, and highlight clips where pros are wearing her colorways in real games, not warm-ups. That kind of visibility doesn't need explaining. Fans understand what it means when elite players choose a particular shoe night after night.
For everyone that doesn't know like the process that goes into like making the sneakers, like how long in advance has it been, or like when does it all start? Do they come to you with a shoe, a bunch of shoes? Do you kind of get to tweak them here and there? How is that process?
Yeah, I think it's honestly been like probably one of the coolest things I've got to do since honestly the process started at the end of my senior year when I was at Iowa, because I was deciding what shoe company I was going to go with, and I talked to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and they all offered me a signature shoe, obviously some faster than others. And you know, everybody knows Nike makes the best product. It just kind of takes a little bit longer.
The most stunning thing here is perception. Brands may speak carefully, but audiences read patterns fast. When one product is constantly seen and another quietly disappears from timelines, people are led to draw their own conclusions. The crowds had already spotted the decline before any company put words to it. Hit the like button if you've seen fans calling this out online, or subscribe if you haven't. Now here's where we talk about framing. No press release ever said Reebok cancels Angel Reese. What people noticed instead was something more subtle and, in business terms, more telling. The volumes dropped drastically, campaign energy slowed, visibility thinned out, and if you know anything about sneaker culture, that kind of obscurity is rarely accidental.
I literally sold out my shoe in 5 hours. Literally, some shoes were sold out in like 30 minutes. Some of the shoes are sold out, but all of them sold out collectively in 5 hours. 5 hours. I had to step outside and clock it. Y'all can still go to Dick's Sporting Goods to get the shoes. Call your local Dick's to get the shoes.
One thing Angle doesn't seem to get is that signature shoes don't succeed on launch day alone. Almost every major release gets an opening push. What separates durable lines from short runs is what happens after. Restocks that sell through, new colorways, continued storytelling, and the athlete staying visible in moments that reinforce demand. That's the long game. When any of those pieces fall short, brands have no other option than to reassess. To be fair, Angel Reese's shoe had a strong introduction and real curiosity around it. But curiosity fades quickly if it is not reinforced. Sustained buzz matters more than early numbers. Over time, boards start asking harder questions. Is this athlete helping or complicating the brand? Are headlines supporting the product or distracting from it? Does the association feel stable 6 months from now?
And I dropped 3 shoes. I didn't drop 1, I didn't drop 2, I dropped 3 shoes. And they all sold out. Y'all gonna be fighting for the purple ones, y'all gonna be fighting for the Tiagos. I'm already know. I have something special coming out either tonight or tomorrow morning. I have not decided yet. Something special coming in tonight or tomorrow morning as well. So I got to post notifications on something is cracking.
From a corporate lens, this isn't betrayal, it's risk management. Large brands avoid unpredictability the same way investors avoid volatility. When public friction, controversy, or inconsistent perception enter the picture, marketing departments get cautious. The thing is, sneaker companies don't operate on vibes, they operate on movement, no pun intended. Inventory velocity, sell-through rates, resale demand, and maybe most important of all, who actually wears the shoe when no one is forcing them to.
But I still had something to say. It amazes me that while people are talking and assessing and misunderstanding perhaps, or being opinionated about certain things, which we're entitled to be, Caitlin Clark says nothing. Like, I'm sure Caitlin Clark can keep a secret, can keep many a secret, because all the talk out there about when's the shoe coming, when's the merch coming, don't they understand? Caitlin never says a word. And then you come to find out they've been working on this all along.
Online criticism doesn't scare brands nearly as much as slow shelves. Discounting is the real alarm bell. Once a signature shoe starts sliding into clearance territory, the message is clear. Demand didn't match projections. That's not about narratives or fairness. It's math. Brands track whether a shoe crosses leagues and levels. Do pros choose it organically? Do younger players want it? Does it show up in highlight culture without paid placement? Those signals matter more than social media arguments. When a product isn't moving, the story around it becomes irrelevant. That's why momentum flip seems sudden from the outside. One quarter, everything looks fine. The next, marketing resources slowly shift elsewhere. And right now, Reese's situation reflects how fast that turn can happen when numbers stop supporting belief. Type numbers if you believe money always tells the truth. Meanwhile, and this is where the story gets serious, Caitlin Clark's relationship with Nike looks nothing like a standard endorsement. This isn't an athlete stopping by headquarters for photos and polite meetings.
And I'm going to say this, I said it before, but I'll say it again. Nike has shown itself to be more on top of things than some of us gave Nike credit for. Now, I didn't go in on Nike like some people did, but I had a few choice words for Nike because I felt like that business wasn't handling business. And that business is, you have a Caitlin Clark, you need to get up on it and get things done. And it seemed like they weren't getting the job done.
Clark didn't walk into Nike as a guest. She walked in as a long-term bet. Logos were built around her. Timelines were discussed. Design language wasn't just shown to her. It was shaped with her in mind. That distinction matters. Nike doesn't invite athletes into the process unless they're planning to live with them for a decade. Big brands move slowly and deliberately. They don't reorganize resources, creative teams, and internal focus around players they see as temporary. When Nike starts treating someone like infrastructure instead of talent, it's a signal of rust, stability, and future-proofing. Drop a fire emoji if you believe this is bigger than a shoe deal.
If you are hoping to get your hands on the Caitlin Clark version of Nike's Kobe Bryant sneaker, you're out of luck. They are out of stock. The WNBA star teamed up with Nike for a player edition of the Kobe 5 Pro Tro, decked out in Indiana Fever colors. You see them on your screen. They dropped at 10 a.m. Monday, and they sold out before 11 a.m. In fact, in just minutes. The $190 kicks are already showing up on the secondary market at close to double the retail price.
Now, here's the part that cuts through everything else. Caitlin Clark's Kobe PEs are now among the most worn shoes in the NBA. Not promoted, not pushed, worn. That matters more than any ad campaign. NBA players are the hardest audience to convince. They don't wear shoes out of loyalty or headlines. They wear what performs, what feels right, and what holds up under pressure. When pros choose your colorway, that's validation no press release can manufacture. This is where the contrast becomes unavoidable. One athlete's shoes sit, another's shoes move at the highest level of basketball on the planet. That's the market, speaking clearly and without emotion.
You know, I grew up wanting to be a Nike athlete. Every kid does. Nike, Jordan, like that's the premier brand, and everybody knows
the custom
that.
Kobe's, yeah.
Oh yeah, the custom Kobe's are fine. I sent like Harry and some of your friends some. They're like, how do we get the? I'm like, I got you. But no, I mean, it's probably been like a year and a half now of like figuring out what exactly I want. And I think probably the most challenging part of it is like you want it to be unique, but at the same time, like I have to be comfortable wearing it. So I think we kind of like, you kind of take what you know you're comfortable in. Like obviously I play in a lot of Kobe's, but at the same time, I don't want it to be a Kobe. I want it to be something very unique to me and a little bit different.
Nike pays obsessive attention to this data. Cross-league adoption is gold. When a WNBA player's shoe becomes an NBA staple, it tells the brand something critical. This product scales. It travels. It belongs everywhere. The Kobe line is sacred inside Nike. Letting Clark's name live there isn't generosity, it's confidence. And it's the clearest proof yet of where Nike thinks the future is heading. Nike doesn't just bet on talent, they bet on thinkers. And that's where Caitlin Clark separates herself. Clark isn't showing up to meetings to smile and sign off. She's involved in design conversations, performance tweaks, fit, feel, and on-court translation. She understands that shoes aren't fashion accessories, they're tools. That mindset is rare, and brands notice it immediately. Most endorsement deals are transactional. Wear this, post that, show up here. Clark's relationship looks different. She's building something with Nike, not renting their platform. That's why the trust runs deeper.
Now I said all along, I'm sure they know they've been working on stuff, and she obviously knows what we don't know. But yeah, I was among those people who were like, where's the stuff? What are you doing? And I still think that they could have done better and put something out there more, but they were looking at the long game, I'm sure. So, hey, all right, Nike, I see you. But more than seeing Nike, I see Caitlin. Caitlin goes to headquarters, and her time there really speaks volumes. So hang around for the full video, because I'm going to get into what her time there.
From Nike's perspective, this is about future-proofing. Athletes who understand products help reduce risk. They make better shoes. They create longer-lasting lines. And they attract serious players, not just casual buyers. That's why her 2026 signature isn't just another launch on the calendar. It's a test case, a signal of where Nike wants women's basketball footwear to go, technically, culturally, and commercially. Clark isn't just the face of what's next. She's part of how it is going to be built. Here's the part that gets uncomfortable, but it's unavoidable. Brands don't evaluate controversy morally. They evaluate it operationally. Consistency scales. Unpredictability doesn't. When a company plans a signature line, they're not thinking about one season. They're thinking about 5 years of interviews, tweets, press cycles, and headline risk. Every public moment becomes part of the asset. That's why brand safety matters as much as performance.
Avery. Diamond dust. Y'all love the diamond dust. What's your favorite color of the shoe? Diamond dust, rebound, or she's right. I keep. Yeah, I said I was gonna step out. I said she know everything about a shoe. Everything filled up. Nice. Pink ones. Someone said I saw you today. Maybe you didn't. Baby, I've been flying private all day. You see me nowhere. Pink. Pink. Y'all love the pink ones. The pink ones were sold out first. The knee mounts. What's like so funny is y'all try to like do a thing with the knee mounts. Sold out. I don't know. It might be drama. And I dropped today. Cardi. Expensive. so we can take that off. We made a stop. Second, some sizes second, but all of them they kind of so good.
Angel Reese's image is confrontational by design. It's bold, emotional, and polarizing, which can be powerful in short bursts. Caitlin Clark's image, by contrast, is controlled, neutral, and predictable. Not louder, just safer. That doesn't make one right and the other wrong. But when you're selling comfort, repeat purchases, and global appeal, conflict introduces friction. Brands don't want to explain their athlete every quarter. They want the product to speak for itself. If you think image matters more than talent, comment reality. Zoom out a little, and you'll see this isn't really Reese versus Clark. This is the new WNBA economy revealing itself in real time. The spotlight is brighter, the margins are thinner, and brands are experimenting fast, then correcting even faster. What used to take years now takes months. In this environment, Caitlin Clark reads as the safe bet. Angel Reese reads as the volatile asset, not because of ability, but because money hates uncertainty. Once narratives lock in, they harden quickly. And when money enters the room, patience leaves it.
You know, I kind of think about like what's kind of been important to me when I think about like shoes or sneakers, and I think like just the chaseability of them, and like you want a certain sneaker or like you want a certain colorway. So I think that's like going to be probably the most fun part. Like, okay, great. Like you have like the mold of the shoe and like what it is and the technology that's in it. But more so, I think I'm more excited about like making the certain colorways or collabing with certain brands or whatever it is. I know I definitely got a Chiefs colorway on the way, or PE or something. Maybe we can get Andy Reid to like
And just as we hoped, the league might be entering a ruthless era like never before. So right now, one athlete is being elevated, another is being gradually de-emphasized. That's the reality of modern sports business. Do you think Angel Reese deserve a second push, or did the market already decide? Drop your take below and subscribe for more.